Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C and Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get.
Now on to life lesson number 4. When choosing a career, run to your strengths. Now, before we get into this, if you're watching this, if you're being realistic, you have a certain set of strengths and you have a certain set of weaknesses. So just go ahead and take a moment and ask yourself, what are you good at and what are you not so good at? And Shauna, can you tell us why it's so important to focus on those strengths?
And your earlier point about if you're out there and you don't have a clear vision or a clear focus, that's very normal. And so we spend time in the book trying to help people, as you know, achieve that focus and vision. And this is the first step in that. As you said, all of us are good at things and bad at things. I'll just give you a personal example. I'm in the banking business. I am good at and I really enjoy relationships. I love developing new ones. I love expanding existing ones. I love employee relationships. I love relationships. I hate loan write-ups. I hate sitting down, putting all the numbers in, trending the numbers, figuring out. I am terrible at that. So I have had to, in essence, over time, craft my position such that I do more relationship and have people that do write-ups. I think a lot of times what happens is we go to school, people come to campus to interview, and we interview with them because we need a job. And no matter who it is, we're going to interview, and maybe we'll get some offers, and we'll take whichever one pays the most without any, thought given to, do I fit with this company?
Yeah.
Do my skills fit with this job? And just making sure that we are in a career in which we can spend most of our time doing what we're good at and what we enjoy.
And I want to give just one example to the Thrivers watching this. Just in my own life, I really like systems. I love order, which is why you'll never see me without a red tie and a white shirt. I just like the same, like consistency. Right. And so traveling to me is sort of discombobulating. And so as Thrive has grown and as I've done more speaking events, like desire of my heart, just being totally transparent, is I like to be in the same place at the same time on the same days and doing the same thing. I love that. Other people might be watching and saying, I love to travel. Right. And the idea is, like for me, I'm moving towards a place where I don't really travel very much. Where some people love to travel all the time. And so I think it's just really important that you have to ask if you're even in a season right now where you're doing a task you're not necessarily super great at. I know when you started out in banking, you probably did some number crunching that you didn't want to do.
Right.
But if you'll work hard and be diligent where you're at, you'll eventually get promoted out of that position and you can sort of craft the ideal job. But you can't just tank and do a horrible job thinking that eventually you'll get promoted out of where you're at if you're doing a poor job. So it's really important that you're diligent in all that you do. Now on life lesson number 5, find a mentor who has reached your goals and follow her or his guidance. That's massive right there. Almost nobody does this. Talk to me about this principle.
Well, I agree with you, and I don't understand why nobody does this. I have always been blessed with a mentor, always. And my grandfather told me a lot of these things come from when I was little and things that my grandpa told me, and they've all come to be true. And he said, if you want to be successful, find someone who's done what you want to do and ask them how they did it. But for whatever reason, I think people believe that we are too busy or, we won't take time. We always do. I mean, if somebody reaches out and says, tell me how you've gotten to where you are, I'm going to be able to tell you more about mistakes, than I am successes. But I think it's extremely valuable.
I'm going to take the devil's advocate for someone watching this who maybe says, well, yeah, but
Sure.
There's three, I think, reasons that I've seen a lot of people that they don't reach out to mentors, and I want to hear your feedback on it. One is I know the feeling of rejection. That they call a mentor and maybe they say no. I know I've called mentors in the past who've said no and some that have said yes, but some people fear that rejection. What would you say to someone who fears that rejection? They're going, man, I'd love to call that person, but what if they say no?
Yeah, I would say if you can't handle rejection, then don't plan on going very far.
Okay, that's some truth right there. Now, the second one is I really don't know how to get a hold of them. I just don't know how. I mean, how do you do it?
Right. For me, it was really a matter of just kind of looking out there and going, okay, who's where I want to be? And you can swing for the fences. I mean, it doesn't matter. The person can be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I'm telling you, there is something about being a mentor. It's not only the protege aspect and what you get out of it, it's what the mentor gets out of it as well. We all duke it out every day. We're all in our chosen profession and we work hard and we have good days and we have bad days, and it may look real glamorous to the outside world, but we all have setbacks. It is so refreshing to spend 30 minutes or an hour a month or every other week with someone just helping them. There's no negativity. You feel good about yourself. You feel good about what you're doing. So to me, I would just swing for the fences.
And the third one, you kind of answered it earlier, but a lot of people don't know what mentor to call because they don't know where they're going, and therefore they can't find somebody who's successful in what they want to do because they don't know what they want to do. So I think it just goes back to some of the earlier.
Then that's the hardest. That is the hardest one. Finding kind of your voice and your vision is definitely the hardest thing to do, I think, in life. But I think what happens is very few of us really invest in what that is. We just go with whatever the opportunity is without ever, there are a million things you can do. Take personality tests, just taking an inventory of your strengths and weaknesses and matching that up with different careers. There are many ways to find that, but you just got to put in the time to do it.
Little examples here for you as far as mentors. Throughout the years, Chester Cadjo is the one who started Quick Trip, but his son, Chet, I just kept cold calling that guy until his assistant, I think just finally, Valerie was like, okay, fine, we'll set up a meeting. And he told me, I asked him what books to read. I asked him what systems he used to hire his people, how he incentivized his staff. Mm-hmm. I learned so much in an hour with him. I met Mr. Green, who started Hobby Lobby. I've met Mr. George Foreman. I mean, a lot of these people, and I'm telling you, it's hard to get a hold of them sometimes, true. And they've had very little time, and they don't appreciate you showing up late and not being prepared. But I've found, when I show up organized and have 15 minutes of their time, you can learn a ton.
In a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Which is part of why we have mentors and Thrive.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I know you're trying to provide to a viewer, and I think it's very valuable.
Now, moving on to life lesson number 6. Choose a career that you love, not based solely on the pay. A lot of people are not doing this. A lot of people are choosing careers they don't love, strictly based on pay. What would you say to that?
Well, this book, I would say, is really directed toward a graduate, a young person between early 20s and early 30s. Admittedly, this is difficult to do when you're already in your mid-40s, mid-50s, and you're doing something that maybe you don't love, but you got to pay the bills. So what I'm not proposing is, hey, everybody, quit your job, file bankruptcy and figure out. We have responsibilities. We need to take care of our families. But if you get a hold of this early enough, and I understand this is easier said than done, but so many people just pick a job based upon the pay.
Yeah.
And I think they end up in a career rut that may not fit them. And I just think it's critical early on. You can even be in your first job. You know, you're going to have 5 to 7 job changes over your life at minimum.
Yeah.
So you can even be in that and still studying this and trying to figure out really what you want to do. An ideal scenario is you read this early, you have 3 or 4 internships while you're in college to try to figure out what you really like and don't like, and by the time you're out, you have a very good idea of where you want to go.
I want to give an example here. One of our Thrive mentors that you can watch some of his training, his name is Braxton Fears. And Braxton and I, he hired me to, we teamed up to do basically real estate, and I was brought on to do some marketing with him. But what Braxton did, which was fascinating, is that he, kind of middle-aged, in his 30s, he decided, I don't like what I am doing. I don't like the way it's playing out. So I want to get into ministry on a somewhat of a full-time basis. And he was able to navigate his way through real estate and earn a lot of money while dramatically decreasing his expenses. I mean, just slashing his costs, finding a way to decrease his standard of living. And he actually moved to kind of more of a rustic environment. He had a debt-free home, all these different things he did. And now he has a beautiful home that's kind of off the map. He's kind of off the grid. His expenses are low. He's in a ministry which he wanted to be. And he was able to do things where in his mid-30s, he was able to basically be kind of semi-retired. And Braxton also did that in his early 20s. He was going to be, he was working at one of the big 3 accounting firms, and he just decided, you know what, I don't want to do this. And so I would encourage you that ideally we want to do it as young as we possibly can.
Sure.
But if you're watching this and you're in your 30s, you haven't lost hope. You can absolutely make a change. You just have to be more methodical about it. You have to be more intentional, and it might take a while to kind of transition into a different career, but you can do it. And there's countless examples of people that have, and I know you can too. Now moving on to life lesson number 7. Success is the place where opportunities meet preparation. What are we talking about here?
You know, we don't always know when opportunity is going to show itself. What we do know is that we can prepare for when that is going to occur. And again, a great example is in the fall of, the spring of 2007, when I had the conversation that led to our buying Regent Bank. I did not know that conversation was going to occur. I mean, it just came out of the blue one day, and thankfully, my entire career had led up to being prepared to take advantage of that opportunity. So, as I say, and it's not an original thought, but to be successful, you really have to have these 2 things collide. You have to be prepared. So all these skills that we talked about early, we've got to prepare for, and then we have to have that opportunity show itself, which we can also increase the number of opportunities by networking, being out there, being involved. The more people that know us, the more opportunities that come about, the better job we do, the more opportunities that come about, but the 2 have to meet.
And I want to take just a second to kind of brag on you with your career and how you were able to actually prepare for where you are. Because I'll never forget, when I first met you, you were the president of the Bixby Chamber of Commerce, I believe. And I'll never forget, but we met, and were you president of a bank at that point?
Yes.
And you didn't have to do it. And I know you did it for other people, but for some reason it mattered to me, because I was, I think, 21 years old at the time. My wife and I had just built our first house, and we were new to Bixby. And you wrote me a handwritten note in blue pen that said something like, "Thanks for coming out. It was a pleasure meeting you." And I thought, that's a blue pen. He actually wrote that. Now, I'm sure how many thousands of thank you notes have you written over the years?
A lot of thank you. I don't know how many.
But I mean, you do it. You go that extra mile.
Sure.
And then there's sort of this principle of there's the tilling, then there's the sowing, then there's the watering, then there's the harvesting. If we're talking about planting crops, that's how you do it. And I kind of viewed a lot of what you were doing there as tilling. I mean, you were shaking hands, mailing the handwritten notes, you were doing that. But then you went the next step, and you actually sowed seeds. You actually came over to our house. And I'll never forget that. And you said, what do we need to do to get you to bank with us? And I had said something like, well, I'm already banking at such and such.
Right.
I've been banking there since 99. And you'd said, well, we'll pick up your deposits for you. We'll just pick them up. You could save all the time. Why don't we you came over to my house. And my wife and I thought, the banker has come to our house.
That's right.
He has sent us a note with a blue pen. He has come to our house. Now, you could have decided to go, you know what, I'm a banker. I have that title. I don't need to write things in blue pen and show people's houses, but you did that. And then the watering. You'd randomly call. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Hey, I wanted to introduce you to somebody. Hey, this person might need you for to need entertainment for their party. And then the final part was the harvest. But there's all these steps that you did, and I would say there's thousands of people you did that for years. Was that something you've always been very intentional about, of handwritten notes and following up? I mean, is this something that you every day wake up and say, I need to tell that person thank you for that dinner, or is this what you do?
Yes. And it's very natural for me, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy relationships, and I really, it's very personal to me. So it doesn't feel like, but you're a system guy. It's very systematic for me.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now, it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. but we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. One month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Crockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. As you can see, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood.
This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow. You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot-coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you. And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.